Speaking of beef, you said you mentioned to us somebody attempted on your life or something. You want to get into that or no?
Yeah. I mean, we could definitely talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
I'm a survivor. You know what I mean?
My boy got beef out here, man.
Yeah,
This type of stuff I talk about. I love getting into that.
He want to get right to it. I feel he get right to it. Let's get to it.
Listen. To be clear, I can't beef with you if I don't know you. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
You know, that's all it is. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers could hate from a distance. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers could do what they did. And yes, that causes tension, but I would not let myself be tricked out of my position. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I move a certain way. You know what I mean? I have certain people around me, and we are all business minded. You know what I mean? Of course, there ain't no time on that get back, but at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Ain't no beef, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know these kids, you know what I mean? These motherfuckers just wanna, you take out the favorite engineer, the favorite producer in the building, what's everybody gonna do? They gonna click your video. So guess what? We don't give it no shine.
Yeah.
We don't say no names.
Don't mention any names, but can you talk about like probably the story on how like you found out that an attempt was on your life?
Yeah, I'll get to that.
My fault. Go ahead.
I'll get to that. But what I'm saying is that we don't give them no light. You know what I mean? The people that knew, but we ain't promoting it. We ain't talking about it. I ain't yelling on Instagram this and that. I ain't creating diss songs around it. Like, to me, you know what I'm saying? Let the motherfuckers be unknown. You know what I'm saying? Now at this point they doing other ventures that have nothing to do with music. You know what I'm saying? Because you have failed at that. You have failed. You know what I mean? And it is what it is. You know, the actual attempt on my life happened after, you know, the studios that we were working in, cultivated Quinn's catapult. You know what I mean? Quinn was already doing his thing before he came to us. He was going to do his thing if he didn't meet us, and he was going to take off at some sort of point in his life. But when he met with us, somebody like me, somebody like the group of guys that I was surrounded with, I have my algorithm for 10 years. Mm-hmm. You know, I go to California, to Las Vegas, to Denver. I've been to Florida. I've been to Atlanta. So I have an algorithm that touches pretty wide basis. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And somebody like Quinn is out of East Austin and is touching the world out of East Austin. So you come over here from one side of the lake into South Austin, and now I have a handful of engineers and a handful of different producers that are all under my umbrella now, because the place that we turned up, the music lab, and we'll talk about the music lab later.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
We all shared the same thing. You know what I mean? So once he did the Tatiana remix, Talking My Shit, we were all, 30, 40, 50 shares out of one building. That creates a beam in the sky. You know what I mean? That algorithm widens up. You know what I mean? Next thing you know, you see Glock commenting on it. You see it going up, and now it's past 20 million. You know what I mean? So I could never take credit for what Quinn has done, but we definitely helped with the push. You know what I mean? We kept bro in the studio, so
you supported.
Yeah, so he wouldn't be out in the streets. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so after that,
hold on. What I take from this is, man, whatever bro talk about in his raps, that was us. He talking about what we was doing. Yeah. That's what I hear from that.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, in all fairness, where he was at our studio, that wasn't going on. Okay. You know what I'm saying? That was going on where he's from. Okay. You know what I mean? His neighborhood, where he grew up in. You know what I mean? The places, I can't name exactly the places that he grew up in, but though he was talking about his situations. Yeah. Now, when you come to our building is to keep everybody safe. You know what I'm saying? Like, we take precautions. We put people in the studio to keep them out of the streets, to keep them active and doing their shit. You know what I mean? And that's how you hone in on an artist and, amp their talents. We did that. We helped with the Quinn situation. Quinn took off. There's not too much we can do at this point. You've already exceeded where we're at. Okay, keep it going. We'll do records together. We'll have features pull up. I've had so many features pull up to that building, from Sada Baby, from Neff the Pharaoh, OMB Peasy, J-Dog at the Music Lab. So we're doing this, okay? And I found a kid in the midst of all of this that was homeless. And I had a friend that told me, hey, I got this kid and he's homeless and he does good on his own. And she shows me his SoundCloud and has 4,000, 8,000, 10,000 views, and he only has 6 songs. You know what I mean? So in my head, I'm like, let's give it a shot.
Yeah, you need that bag behind him.
You know what I'm saying? You need some push behind you. So I brought him into the studio. You know, we clicked right away, and he brought an investor that would help pay for everything at the time, and his name is 44 Baby. So what we did was that we started to do some of the same things, allowing him into the bigger studios, keeping him out of the streets, putting him to play video games while somebody's recording. So right when they're done, he goes in there, knocks out a verse in 10 minutes. You know what I mean? And maybe he doesn't even record. Maybe he just records a Triller in the studio, and it just looks cool. You know what I mean? Because I recorded him 6 songs in the past 2 days. You know what I mean? So I was honing in on that. And I think in the midst of that, I linked with an engineer that introduced me to a group of people that didn't have me in their favor. And all I was doing was trying to add to the vibe. You know what I mean? I meet these guys and, you know, that we don't click. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. Not everybody's going to be your friend. You know what I mean? So I walk out, I leave, and I'm like, okay, they on their own shit. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. Handle your business. But if you're not spending money with me, that doesn't mean that I don't support you. That just means that you can do what you have to do until you want to come this way and spend a bag with me. Then maybe, you know, that's where we can cross paths. And
it's a business at the end of the day.
You know, at the end of the day, you know, we can see eye to eye. You know, I can see what you're doing. Salute you. Yeah, whatever. You know, but I think that, and along with other things in the streets that didn't have anything to do with music, you know, kind of catapulted it. You know what I'm saying? Kind of catapulted it into somewhere different. And they looked at it as I was engineering all these guys, all these kids, and then we were focusing on 44 Baby and pushing him forward. And, you know, there was traction. And there still is. He could drop something tomorrow, and he still has traction. But at that current moment in time, I felt like them doing what they did was a move. It was a chess move, so to speak. You know what I mean? Nobody knew who the fuck Shitty Cuz was until he took out Nip. You know what I mean?
Right.
So at the end of the day, Straight Drop, nobody knew who Straight Drop was.
Nobody was screaming Straight Drop.
You know, until he took out Dolph. You know what I mean? So what happens? You take out everybody's favorite producer, everybody's favorite engineer, the guy that walks into the studios and creates the vibes for these artists, the guys that help people like Scotty or the kid that I was talking to on the phone, Boog, and bring them all together in these studios. You know what I mean? What happens if you take out that guy? Everybody's gonna click you.
Yeah, they trying to rank.
You know, they trying to pull the TK effect. You know what I'm saying? They trying to do some dirt to get their name up. You know what I mean? But I'm the wrong one. You know what I mean? I've survived death more than half a dozen times in my life. You know what I mean? The devil has been after me. You know what I mean? But I'm a child of God, so I move different. You know what I mean? I'm more careful of my surroundings. You know, moving forward, I always have been, but I became too accessible at that point. You know, I was in a place where anybody could walk up and find me.
You were trusting. You
know, but at the same time, I had worked already 7, 8, 10 years prior. I didn't need to be that accessible.
Exactly.
So this was a backdoor situation. Is that what I'm hearing?
I use backdoor as a definition as somebody allowed something to happen. These guys did it on their own. You know what I mean? Okay. I was good friends with the owners of the building, and they provided me with surveillance footage that just showed them walking up to the back. 4 of them walked up. I see one of them upstairs, go upstairs. They'll go upstairs, and they by themselves. You know what I'm saying? They by themselves. They go walk up to the door, and I ain't gonna say what rapper. You know what I'm saying? But I had
you ain't gotta say names. I just want to say the events.
I had one rapper come to me, and he wanted something specifically from me, and we didn't see eye to eye on it. He walks out, and not even 2 minutes later, a knock happens at my door. So I'm thinking he changed his mind.
That knock came.
That knock came, right?
That knock came.
Okay, my buddy my buddy from Georgia that I've helped develop, and his streams went up to 20K in a month based off of me engineering his stuff. He opened the door thinking it was them, because I told him I'm facing the computer. Hey, go open the door. It's bro. He just walked out. He wants to come back in. When he did that, these kids run in there and start yelling. They put a gun in our face and start yelling, and I'm like, oh, fuck, bro. Like, what the fuck? Here we go. They're all they doing is yelling. They not running through niggas' pockets. They not trying to grab nothing. My room was a square. They run in a circle. They putting the guns on everybody, yelling and screaming and doing all this hoorah shit. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I'm the biggest nigga, so I get out the way. I ain't gonna hold you. You know what I'm saying? I get out the way. In the midst of that, everybody runs out. The people that ran in, there was only 2 people that ran in. One of them was a rapper. One of them was some fuck nigga. You know what I'm saying? Then they got beat up a whole bunch of other times. And then once those 2 people run out, the person standing at the door let off a shot. When he let off the shot, it grazed me. You know what I mean? And there was 4 people. There was a fat dude that didn't walk in, and they didn't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? But the one at the door is the one that let off the shot. So when they let off the shot, everything just go white. You know what I'm saying? Because it grazed me on my temple. You know, so it grazed me. Everything go white. I stand still for a second. I try to feel my body, my ligaments. Try to just feel everything.
Yeah, because I know you're like, am I alive? What the hell?
You know what I'm saying? By the time I'm doing that, everybody's running out the door. All the people that are in the room are now running out the door to fight, to chase them. You know what I'm saying? They're all trying to go. They don't know which way they went. They just try to run out the door. And I just jumped up, locked the door. The buddy that opened the door is in there, and he's fucking in shock. He's like, what the fuck, dude? What the fuck just happened? I'm like, oh, these motherfuckers, this and that. Mind you, you know, this is a long time ago, statute of limitations. I had hid my pistol because that building that I was in had got raided 2 days before. So I hid my pistol.
It's crazy,
you know
how
what
things
I'm saying?
work.
And you say that, you know what I'm saying, but if I would have had my pistol, this room is this small. This room is the size of a shoebox. You know, it's maybe just the size of this right here that we're in. Everybody would have been hit. You
That's
know
what I'm saying.
So I'm glad that it happened the way it happened.
What's up, man? It's Chrisjay Jackin up here at Pop Austin Media, man. If you like that clip, make sure you hit that subscribe, hit that like, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on nothing. Let's go.